My sister ruined my engagement with a speech to make me stay and take care of her. Her lies made me leave, and now she has nothing. What would you do if the sister you gave up your young years for got up at your engagement party and made your fiancé leave you? 4 weeks ago, my life fell apart because of one speech, and I still can't understand how the woman I raised like my own kid could hurt me so badly. I am a 35-year-old man. Let me tell you about the past. My parents died in a car crash when I was 20 years old. My sister Vanessa was 18 years old when that happened. I quit college right away to take care of her, even though I just started. Our only family was our grandma, who had a bad memory and lived in a home for old people. We had no one else, so Vanessa stayed in high school. We moved into a very small home together, and I got a job in a big store. While Vanessa finished high school, I worked 2 jobs to pay for everything we needed for 3 years. She started dating Brandon when she was 18. Even though she was a very good student, he was not responsible and I did not like him, but Vanessa loved him a lot. Vanessa got pregnant with Brandon on her 20th birthday. Even though I was not happy, I told her she should have the baby. When he found out she was pregnant, Brandon left. Vanessa cried for weeks after he left. I told her we would work together to fix things. My nephew Eric was born in 2011 to Vanessa. I was there when he was born and helped take care of him from day one. Being a mom alone was very hard for Vanessa, and she had a bad time. Sometimes she would leave Eric and me for days to be with her friends. Because I knew she was young and did not know what to do, I did not complain. Vanessa got pregnant again when Eric was 3 years old, this time with a man named Jason who was just like Brandon. When he found out, he left. Then we had Eric and baby Lily. While Vanessa tried to fix her life, I worked 3 jobs and pretty much raised the kids. Later, Vanessa got her life together. She went to a small college and became a dental helper. But I still helped at home, even after she got a steady job. I took the kids to the doctor, picked them up from school, helped with homework, and bought their clothes and toys. I paid for most things, though Vanessa helped when she could. I never complained about this because I loved them like they were my own kids. I loved Eric and Lily very much. Now Eric is 15 and Lily is 13. I taught Eric how to drive, ride a bike, and play baseball. For years, I would fix Lily's hair before school. Even though they call me Uncle Ryan, I have been more like their father. I met Regina, who is 29 years old, at my new job 3 years ago. I had waited a long time to become a boss at the shipping company where I work. Regina worked in the money department. She was great with the kids when we started dating. Eric and Lily loved her right away. Regina was always nice when we had to change our plans for the kids because she knew I loved them a lot. Last Christmas, after we had been together for 18 months, I asked Regina to marry me. When she said yes, we planned to get married in September. Vanessa seemed happy about the wedding. She helped Regina pick out a dress, and they would talk about the wedding for hours. Everything seemed to be going well. About 6 months ago, Vanessa started dating a new man named Marcus, who is 36 years old. At first, he seemed okay. He worked building things, had no kids, and was divorced. The kids liked him, and sometimes he would take us to dinner or baseball games. But Vanessa started acting differently, and I noticed. She started telling me I should stop being like a parent to the kids and start my own family. She said Eric and Lily were too old to need their uncle as much as they did. The kids still wanted me around, and I never complained, so this was strange. Vanessa also said strange things about Regina. She would say things like, Regina probably wants her own kids and won't want to take care of someone else's kids forever. I told Vanessa that Regina and I had talked about this and she was fine with how things were. 4 weeks ago, everything came to a head. Regina and I had our engagement party at a restaurant close by. With Vanessa's help, we invited 40 of our closest friends and family. Before Vanessa got up to give a speech, everything was going great. Instead of saying nice things about us, Vanessa started talking about all the things I gave up for her and her kids. She said that to take care of them, I had given up college, my 20s, and chances to be with other people. Then she said something that scared me. I can't let you give up more for me, Vanessa told Regina while looking right at her. She said Regina should not marry someone who has too many people to take care of. She should find someone who can give her all their attention and any kids they might have. I will never be able to put Regina first, Vanessa said, so she thought we should break up. The room became very quiet. Regina ran out of the restaurant and her face turned white. I tried to follow her, but she was already in her car. She drove away without talking to me. When I went back inside, Vanessa was crying and saying she just wanted what was best for everyone. I told Vanessa she was wrong to try to break us up. She said she was just trying to stop Regina and me from making a mistake. After that, half the people left and the party was ruined. For 3 days, Regina didn't answer my calls. Then she agreed to meet me. She said she had been thinking about what Vanessa said. After 16 years of putting Vanessa and her kids first, Regina asked if I could really put our marriage first. She said she wasn't sure if we were ready to have a family. I tried my best to tell Regina that Vanessa was wrong and that I could handle everything, but Regina said she needed time alone to think about it. It has been 4 weeks and she still hasn't answered me. At the same time, Vanessa keeps calling to say she's sorry, but she still thinks what she did was right. Eric and Lily have been asking why Regina doesn't come over anymore. I don't know what to tell them. Vanessa still wants me to help with the kids and acts like nothing happened, but I can't even look at her right now. I don't know what to do next. Did Vanessa really think she was helping, or was she just thinking about herself? Does it make sense that Regina is not sure about us now? One stupid speech seems to have caused my whole life to fall apart. Later, I told people online about my sister ruining my party. Since then, things got worse. Regina and I broke up. 2 weeks after I first wrote this, she called me and said we can't get married. She said we never really talked about what's most important before Vanessa's speech. After 16 years of putting Vanessa and her kids first, Regina didn't think I could put our marriage first. I begged her to change her mind. I told Regina I was ready to make our future the most important thing. But Regina said the damage was done. For weeks, she thought about all the times we had to cancel plans because of Eric's games or Lily's schoolwork. She realized she would always come second in our relationship. The worst part was when she gave the ring back. She said she still loved me, but she couldn't marry someone who wasn't fully there for her. She didn't change her mind, even when we both cried. After Regina and I broke up for real, I knew I had to talk to Vanessa. I went to her house 2 times on Saturday mornings when Marcus wasn't there. When I got there, Vanessa was making breakfast for Eric and Lily. I told Vanessa we needed to talk privately. I took her to the back porch and asked her why she really gave that speech at my party. At first, she said she just wanted what was best for everyone, but I kept asking. I asked if she was scared of losing her live-in babysitter and her money helper. Then she told me the truth. She said she got scared when she heard I was getting married. She was afraid to be alone with the kids because she was used to me always being there to help. Vanessa said Marcus was great, but couldn't handle 3 teenagers. Then she said something very hurtful. She knew it was selfish, but she said she couldn't let me go because she depended on me her whole adult life. Vanessa thought if she broke up me and Regina, things could go back to how they were. I couldn't believe my sister ruined my relationship just to keep free babysitting. I asked if she ever thought about what I wanted or what made me happy. I asked her that. She cried and said she was sorry, but the worst was still coming. After Vanessa told the truth, I knew I needed space. I told Vanessa I needed time alone before I could help with Eric and Lily again. Vanessa got very angry. She yelled at me, saying I was leaving her kids. She said I couldn't just disappear from Eric and Lily's lives because they needed me. Vanessa said I was selfish for making the kids pay for her mistakes. I tried to tell her I wasn't leaving the kids, I just needed time to think. But Vanessa wouldn't listen. She said I promised the kids 16 years ago I'd be there. At the end, Vanessa told me I was a terrible person for choosing my own happiness over Eric and Lily. She said if I left now, the kids would never forgive me. I haven't talked to Vanessa since that day 2 months ago. But Eric has been texting me asking why I don't visit anymore. Vanessa told him I was too busy with my own problems to care about them. Last week, Lily called me crying and asked if I was mad at her. I don't know how to tell the kids the truth without making Vanessa look bad. Their mom used me to drag them into this mess, and they don't deserve to hurt because of it. But I can't go back to how things were, where Vanessa used me for everything. She already showed she'd ruin my happiness to keep her easy life. Meanwhile, Vanessa told our family I left her and the kids after all those years of helping. Last week, my cousin called and said I had no heart. He said the kids always ask me to come help Vanessa because she's having a hard time alone. Marcus tried to help more, but Vanessa said it wasn't the same as having me there. She told Marcus I understood the kids better and could handle them. Vanessa basically told Marcus she'd rather have me than build a real partnership with him. Now Marcus is questioning their relationship too. He told Vanessa he felt small because she depended on me so much. 3 weeks ago, Vanessa begged me to talk to Marcus and explain she didn't mean it. I told Vanessa I won't fix her relationship problems anymore. She started all this by ruining my relationship. Now she has to deal with what happens. Vanessa might lose both Marcus and me. The kids are sad and confused, and I wonder if I'm selfish for stepping away or if I'm doing the right thing. Another update. Things with my sister changed in a big way. I need to tell you what's new. First, about Eric and Lily. After my last update, some people said I should tell the kids why I'm not around. I decided to tell them part of the truth. I met them at a park near their school one afternoon. I told them I needed space because Vanessa and I had a grown-up fight. I said it wasn't their fault and I loved them both. Lily asked if I was leaving forever. Eric asked if it was because he was older and didn't need me as much. Seeing them confused broke my heart. I promised I'd always care about them and always be their uncle. But I made it clear I couldn't keep taking care of them every day like before. I told them they were old enough to understand that grown-ups sometimes need to change things. Eric understood better than Lily. Since Marcus left, Eric has seen how hard things are for Vanessa. Eric is 15 now. About 7 weeks after my last update, Marcus really did break up with Vanessa. He told her he couldn't be with someone who relied so much on her brother. Vanessa was heartbroken when Marcus left. She called me crying, begging me to help her get him back. I told Vanessa to fix her own relationships. But then Vanessa did something terrible. She started using Eric and Lily to make me come back. She'd have them call me about things she could handle herself. If Vanessa could help Lily with homework, Lily would call me scared. Eric called once asking me to take him to baseball because Vanessa was too nervous to drive. I saw Vanessa was teaching the kids to call me first instead of fixing problems as a family. This wasn't good for anyone, so I talked to Vanessa again. I told her she was dragging the kids into our grown-up fight and had to stop. Vanessa said she was doing fine, and the kids always asked me for help anyway. I reminded her she always relied on me to fix family problems instead of trying herself. I said it wasn't fair to teach Eric and Lily they couldn't count on their mom. Vanessa got mad and said I was calling her a bad mom. She said she just needed help and that families help each other. She said I was crazy for cutting them off. But then something shocked me. Last month, Mrs. Alvarez, Vanessa's neighbor, came to talk to me. She said she'd watched our family for a long time and needed to tell me something. Mrs. Alvarez said Vanessa often complained about having to be a mom to her own kids. Mrs. Alvarez heard Vanessa say Eric and Lily were a burden, and she wished she could be young and free again. Mrs. Alvarez said Vanessa often said how lucky she was that I handled the hard parts of being a parent. Mrs. Alvarez said Vanessa told neighbors she was a single mom who needed her brother's help because the kids' dads weren't around. But Vanessa never told them I'd been paying for everything for over 10 years. While we talked, I realized something. Vanessa acted like a victim, but took credit for raising the kids. I did most of the work, but she got sympathy for being a struggling single mom. I knew I had to set clear rules. I wrote Vanessa a letter. I said I'd still see Eric and Lily, but only on my terms. I'd take them out once a month and help in real emergencies, like I said before. But I was done being their main parent and Vanessa's backup. I told Vanessa she had to take care of the kids' basic needs herself. If she couldn't handle 2 teens alone, she should get professional help or government services. Vanessa showed up at my apartment with Eric and Lily. She said the kids missed me and wanted to see me, but I knew she was trying to use them to control me. I had a nice time with Eric and Lily, but I told Vanessa she couldn't just come over without calling first. I asked her nicely to call first and respect my space. Vanessa started screaming, saying I was treating her like a stranger. After she apologized for the party, she said she didn't understand why I was so cold to her. I told her saying sorry wasn't enough after she ruined my life to keep me handy. Trust needs actions, not just words. Like I said, Vanessa's been telling everyone I left my family to be selfish instead of helping her kids. She acts like a poor victim who lost her family when she needed them most. But honestly, I don't care what lies Vanessa tells anymore. I'm tired of blaming others for my problems and watching my life fall apart. Last update. I think this part of my life is ending, so this is my final update. Vanessa and I barely talk now. After my last update, she tried one more time to make me go back to how things were. She came to my work and made a big scene, embarrassing my boss and coworkers. Vanessa cried and said I left her kids when they needed me most. She said Eric was failing 3 classes and Lily was getting in trouble at school because they missed me so much. Vanessa begged me to come back to help them. After her scene, my boss took me aside to ask if everything was okay at home. I had to tell him everything because Vanessa's outburst was so bad. Thankfully, my boss understood, but he told me not to let personal problems affect my work again. I was really embarrassed Vanessa brought her drama to my job. I called Vanessa that night and told her not to come to my work anymore. I said if she did it again, I'd report her for harassment. Vanessa said she was desperate and didn't know what to do. She knew Eric was struggling in school, but didn't know how to help him with his hard math. She felt helpless about Lily getting in trouble for talking back to teachers. I told Vanessa these were normal parent problems, and millions of people don't have brothers to help them. I suggested she talk to the school counselor about Lily and get a tutor for Eric. Vanessa said she didn't have time or money for tutors or school meetings. She said everything was easier when you handled it. Then I realized Vanessa never learned how to be a full-time parent because I always did everything. I made Vanessa my last offer. I promised to take Eric and Lily on a weekend trip this summer and see them twice a month, but Vanessa had to handle everything else alone. I said if she didn't respect this last rule, I'd stop talking to her completely. My offer wasn't enough. Vanessa said the kids needed more regular care than just visits. Vanessa asked, if I died, what would happen to Eric and Lily? She said I was their only family. I told Vanessa that was exactly the problem. The kids were so used to me taking care of them that they couldn't manage without me. I said it wasn't healthy for either of us, and things had to change. Vanessa said I was punishing the kids for her mistakes. She said, Eric and Lily didn't ask to be born. You shouldn't make them suffer because you're mad at me. Vanessa said a real man would put the kids first, no matter how he felt. That ended our talk. Vanessa crossed the line when she used the kids to guilt me and called me selfish. She'd always try to control me and never accept boundaries. I last talked to Vanessa 3 months ago. Eric texts me sometimes, and I answer, but we don't talk about serious stuff. I let Lily's calls go to voicemail because Vanessa was clearly telling her what to say. Mrs. Alvarez told me Vanessa is having a hard time. Eric's grades got worse, and he quit the baseball team. Lily's been in more trouble at school because of her attitude. Vanessa had to take time off work for all the school problems and meetings. Mrs. Alvarez said, Vanessa keeps saying it's unfair you left when they needed you most. Some people heard Vanessa say you're selfish because you put your comfort before helping family. But Mrs. Alvarez also told me something interesting. She heard Eric told his friends why I stepped back and that his mom needs to get her own life. Eric seems more sensible about this than his mother. As for me, I feel much better now. I took some online classes to get better at my job and got a small promotion. I've been going out more and even went on a few dates. Nothing serious yet. Sometimes I wonder if I was right to step away so much. Eric and Lily didn't cause this mess, but they're hurting the most. But I know I can't let Vanessa depend on me forever, or it'll ruin my life. It was easier for her to let me do everything. So Vanessa chose not to learn how to parent alone, even after 16 years. She liked having help without having to pay for the kids' needs. When I tried to change things, Vanessa ruined my happiness instead of taking control of her life. That showed me she cared more about her own comfort than my happiness. I don't regret helping Vanessa when she was young and lost, but I wish I'd set rules when the kids were little. Because I didn't make her learn to parent alone, she relied on me too much. Now we both have to live with what happened. She has to figure out how to care for her family without me as a backup. I'm trying to rebuild my life, but I know my niece and nephew are having a hard time. It's not a happy ending, but it's the only way I can stop fixing Vanessa's problems and have my own future.